Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Transformers fans everywhere, welcome back. LPS, Last Prime Speculator, here to bring you another speculation as always. Today's focus on our speculation will be Cade Yeager and Optimus Prime, their connection, their bond, particularly who is the guardian of these two live-action characters. We're going to learn about them and then compare the two and find out who is the real guardian between Transformers Age of Extinction and Transformers Last Night. Is it Cade Yeager or is it Optimus Prime? If you're new to this channel, make sure to consider subscribing and hit that bell for notification to stay updated with all the Bumblebee speculations and Transformer speculations. But with all that way, guys, let's get right into the video. All humans make mistakes. Sometimes what comes from those mistakes comes the best thing that ever happened to them. That's what Cade Yeager believes when he looks at his daughter, to whom he and his girlfriend gave birth at the cost of their high school graduation. While Cade is not the most responsible father in the world, his most redeeming quality is that when it comes to keeping his daughter safe, he does not go back on his word, no matter what. A promise he made to his bride before she passed away. He does have a creative, optimistic mind, lending it to build all kinds of inventions to make good business to help his daughter go to college. Sadly, none of these inventions have brought much profit to his family. Knowing all the opportunities he lost, he has sworn not to let history repeat itself. Cade found himself in the thrust of the Autobot and Decepticon war, and quickly sided with the Autobots, helping them recognize that humanity was not far gone. Cade would develop a deep admiration for Optimus Prime. Cade has come to prefer the Autobot company over his fellow humans. The Autobots, for their part, have come to recognize him as one of their own, and are even willing to defer leadership to him in situations that it calls for. Cade has learned more about Cybertronian biology and has become a fine mechanic in his own right. Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is the leader of the Autobots. Long ago, he was the humble leader of Cybertron's science division, in which he studied the Allspark, and were protected by the Lord Higher Protectors of Megatron's military. When Megatron was corrupted by the Fallen, Optimus Prime discovered that he was the last of the dynasty of the Primes, hidden away when the Fallen destroyed their lineage. In response to Megatron's attempts to seize the Allspark and conquer other worlds, Optimus assumed his proper title and rallied the Autobots to stand against the Decepticons. As obsessively as Megatron strives to achieve his objectives, Optimus Prime is equally dedicated to stopping him, even at the cost of his own life, his word, and if necessary, his own people. It was under his order that the Allspark was banished into space, dooming Cybertron to a slow death of his people to a nomadic life. The sacrifices he has made weighs heavily on his part, but they must be done, for there is no other choice. He knows that the ambitions that lurk in Megatron's spark, and they must never see the light of day. Lives must be kept free from the threat of Megatron's army, no matter the cost. This obsession with the defeat of Megatron has robbed Optimus of some of his early idealisms. This has created a certain ruthlessness beneath his otherwise honest and caring personality. Optimus Prime is not one for second chances and is willing to consider any actions that might lead to victory, short of directly sacrificing those he cares about. So we kind of got to learn a little bit of their history and their connection. As we know, Cade and Optimus have a very unique bond. If you recall in Age of Extinction, Cade went to a theater looking for parts to build his business and everything. This is where he found a truck. What he came to find out though, is that this truck was not your ordinary truck. This was a Transformer. Not just a Transformer. This was Optimus Prime, the leader of the Autobots, the prophesized 13th. As we know, Cade would restore Optimus. He would work on Optimus. When Optimus did transform out of it, and Cade said, "I think we just found a Transformer," which is probably one of my favorite lines in the whole movie, Optimus came very ruthless and very aggressive, saying, "I'll kill you." He knew that there were humans after him. If you recall, Harold Ellinger in Lockdown talked about their meltdown in Mexico, where they actually let Optimus Prime get away. At this state, Optimus is not happy with the humans, and Cade actually willing to stand up to Optimus and basically say, "You're not going to make it this far. How about I help you?" And that itself, that's when Optimus Prime said, "I am in your debt, Cade." Cade would then work on Optimus. That bond would forge. I wish they would actually have showed it a lot more and showed how Cade was able to basically operate on Optimus Prime. But when he said, "I am in your debt," that itself means that Optimus Prime was saying, "I will protect you no matter the cost." And that's the leadership that Optimus Prime does provide, right? Now we fast forward and everything. We know that Cade and Optimus and the Autobots are hiding out. They're wanted at this point. But when Optimus got captured by Lockdown, and everything, you saw the fear in Cade. It wasn't just with Tessa, it was also with Prime. Now, when they went on the night ship and the Autobots were searching for it, this is where Cade Yeager actually went and saw and witnessed the Knights Temenos. The Knights Temenos is said to hold ancient and secret power of holiness of all the treasures of the Knights of Cybertron. These were the treasures of the Knights of Cybertron. They would go around the galaxies and actually grab treasures, and weapons being the primary one of the Knights Temenos. This was a holy temple. In this holy temple, I believe that this was a place where sanctuary of worship took place, a very holy temple. Basically, I thought anybody that went into this temple had the qualities of a knight or qualities of a hero. Now, when we saw Cade actually move the sword, and when we saw all the transformation go down, we witnessed all these weapons and everything. This is where I actually believe Cade actually became a knight and became some sort of importance. In this Knights Temenos, this place of worship and holiness, only a knight, in my opinion, could have been able to grab the sword that Cade actually did use. When he grabbed that sword, he was a form of knight quality, of hero quality. A knight is nothing without a sword. Cade Yeager became an actual guardian knight in some way. He withholded some sort of honor to be able to grab this sword. I feel that this was extremely important and also, in a way, also misrepresented. I felt this should have been a more epic moment. We get to witness Optimus Prime go in the same sanctuary. Optimus Prime came in the Knights Temenos. Again, his old ship, his ship that he used to explore the galaxies in, exactly what Lockdown said. But when he went in this Knights Temenos itself, he also grabbed a weapon. He also grabbed a sword, which was the Sword of Judgment. We saw him in that moment take his knight form. Now, I think that him being a transformer, we actually got to witness the transformation. We got to see his ability to fly. We saw him take the little bit knight mode. Now, Cade being a human might not have been able to do that, just because possibly the Knights Temenos itself was not accustomed to having a human presence in the Knights Temenos. But Cade being a worthy, redeemed knight of having qualities of that, let him grab that sword. And then that is also where the bond could have been forged, is that that could have been the sword that was actually meant for Optimus Prime. But Cade being a knight and Prime qualities, that's where he got the sword, and then Optimus grabbed the Sword of Judgment, where he released the Dinobots. At that moment when he grabbed the Sword of Judgment, that recognized Optimus Prime as a knight. But when Optimus Prime actually pulled the Sword of Judgment and grabbed this ancient sword, he was not at a good state. He was at an angry state, vengeful. He was very disgusted with the humans. This was not a typical moment for Optimus Prime. In a way, Optimus Prime really wanted blood throughout this whole thing. We hear him say, "I kill you." But being that Cade Yeager and Optimus Prime both grabbed the swords in this holy temple of the Knights Temenos, that's where the bond was forged in that moment through the Knights Temenos. That's where Cade Yeager and Optimus Prime actually forged their bond, in a way became one and the same. Now, being that Cade Yeager was able to pull this sword, I believe that's why he was chosen to carry the Talisman. Now, he had the redeeming qualities of a knight, but if you really think about it through Age of Extinction, the Talisman must have already been chosen. I believe possibly that when that sword was pushed, that's where the Talisman in a signal went like that, where the last knight was actually being crowned. The last knight had basically taken his forge of knightship in that moment, and I believe that is why that Guardian Knight came down with that Talisman to deliver it to Cade, possibly thinking that was supposed to be Optimus Prime. Now, once he had the Talisman, he was worthy of a knight. He was redeemed as the qualities of a knight. Cade's faith, in a way, would guide Optimus Prime and basically rejoice the faith that Optimus has in humanity was because of Cade Yeager. We also know how Cade Yeager feels about Optimus Prime. You remember the epic quote in Transformers: "The Last Night, I never lost faith. You guys did," or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but I believe in the great ones. Optimus Prime. He holds Optimus in the highest honor. But what also makes Cade the qualities of a knight is knowing when a challenge he cannot meet. And what I mean by this is in Transformers: The Last Night, when we knew Cybertron was coming down, Cade was granted the last night. He had the Talisman. He pulled the sword in Age of Extinction. He had the knight qualities. But he knew without Optimus Prime, that Earth would be destroyed and they would all die, as in they need the prophesized 13th to basically survive. But that itself is a very important deal, because it takes a hell of a character to say, I can't match up with this. I need you, Optimus. You are the great one. Without you, we all die. Again, a quality of a knight. So in Transformers Age of Extinction, Optimus Prime was technically the guardian of Cade Yeager. In Transformers The Last Knight, Cade Yeager was technically the guardian of Optimus Prime. If I had to pick who really is the guardian of this, between these two characters, I truly think Cade Yeager is technically the guardian of Optimus Prime throughout this live-action universe between Transformers Age of Extinction and The Last Knight. He shows all the qualities and, again, restores the faith in Optimus Prime, for Optimus Prime, once again, to save humanity and save the planet Earth from destruction. So I hope you guys enjoyed that speculation of who is the Guardian. Yeah, I think it's Cade Yeager, actually. I'm going to be starting a brand new series called the Nemesis series. Now, what the Nemesis series is going to focus on is things that I strongly disliked in the Transformers live-action universe. I'm normally a very positive person, very positive Prime. I figured the Nemesis series, aka the Nemesis Prime series, I can touch on those particular plots, events, characters, and artifacts that were never addressed, and also the things that really made me mad. Think of it as an idea of the Redemption series, but things I dislike. It's a way to also grow the channel and give you guys another playlist on the channel as well. I figured the Nemesis series is the best way to do it. Nemesis Prime and Nemesis Moments, the Transformers live-action universe. So stay tuned to that. I got my first video coming out for that next week. We'll see how it goes and take it from there. To my subscribers, I love you guys so much. Make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated with all the Bumblebee, speculation, spoilers, news, and all that good stuff. To my subscribers, again, I love you guys so much. This is LPS here to bring you another speculation. Peace.